Hey you guys, thanks for joining me again. I'm so glad that you're here. So we're now into our second integrating your core video, which basically means that we're taking the skills and the strength that we've developed in the first part of my series, and now we're going to move into more dynamic movements, more challenging movements. As I've said before, most of these exercises have modifications. For the ones that I feel would be beneficial for some of you, I definitely will explain those before we even do the exercise the first time. So this time, again, we are going to be doing 10 exercises, and it's going to be one circuit instead of two. The first time we're going to go through with instruction, and then the second time we'll take a little break, and then the second time we're going to use the strict timer and just go straight through it. So I am going to give you a warm-up and a cool-down today. Oh, and also, you don't need weights. I'm going to be using weights, but if you don't want to use them, if it feels too challenging, if your heart rate is climbing up too high where you can't talk, then just drop the weights. And I mean, don't drop them because you might damage something, but put them down and you just use your body weight. Your body weight is often the most effective resistance anyway, at least in my opinion. So why don't we go ahead and get started with our warm-up. So let's just do a little jogging in place here, just to warm ourselves up, just for 20 seconds here. Now just side to side. And then hamstrings. Can't believe I'm not hitting the wall back there. It's crazy. Okay, and then come to the edge of your mat. Take a breath in. And then let's just go down to plank. You plank, back to down dog. Just do this a few times. We're just warming up our backs of our legs and our arms and our shoulders. Okay, and then just come back up, and out. Let's do our little arm warm up here. I have to move forward so I don't hit the wall. Other way, make sure you got your core engaged. Okay, so it's just a little warm up, but we're gonna be, excuse me for straightening my pants. Okay, so let's start with our first exercise, which is called the leapfrog. And some of you might be familiar with it. There are a lot of variations on this exercise, but the one we're gonna do today that I think probably will be the most effective, also because I wanna keep this low impact, is you just go down, you touch the floor, and then up on your toes. And we just repeat that over and over like that. And I am choosing that exercise to start with because it does really get your heart rate up. So get into position and just shake out from our little warm up. Get ready to work here. We are going to use the timer to start with. In 5 seconds, it'll be 40 seconds with 20 seconds rest when we do the second one. And go. Make sure you got your core engaged here. You don't want your knees to be going over your toes here, going past your toes. 20 seconds left. 10 seconds. Three, two, and one. Good job. Okay, now that your heart rate is up, let's do our second exercise, which is the high knee twist. It's not quite as taxing as our first one. Basically, so if you want your core engaged and you want your clasp your hands together, I just like put my fist around two fingers here. That's what she said. I'm so sorry. Okay, and one knee comes up and you twist and you twist, twist. And here you just want this upper part of your body twisting. You don't want to be moving your whole body around, okay? So, in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Make sure your core is engaged, pelvis tucked under. You can go the pace that's comfortable for you. This is basically a core and oblique exercise. Yet also, if you don't feel comfortable lifting your knee all the way up, you can just go to there. You can even tap, 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 tap. And 1. Okay, good job. So next is a shuffle and toe raise. So go over to the side of your mat here. And you want to just crouch down a little bit here. Make sure that your knees are, everything's in line here. You don't want them going out. You don't want them going in. Toes straight ahead. Pelvis tucked under. And then you shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And then we're going to do a toe raise. And then back down and back over. Now, what's cool about this exercise is that you're working your glutes and your thighs, and it's also a great core exercise. So, let us get into position here. And if you feel any pain in your knees or any of your joints, if you go this low, then just you can come up. That's a modification here. So you can even just stand and shuffle. So, okay, in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Make sure you're maintaining your form. If the toe raise is too much, you can get rid of that too. You could just tap like this. 10 seconds. Trying to stay on my mat here. And 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2, and 1. Good job. Okay, so our next movement is a squatting movement. It's called squat jacks, but it's a low impact version of that exercise. So what that is make sure you got your form and you go down and then tap and down, tap. Now again, always here, if this is too low for you, you don't have to go that low. You go to here or here would be better. I want you to challenge yourself always. I give you these modifications because I know that some people need them. There was a time when I needed them, so I want to give them to you, but I also want to remind you to continue to challenge yourself. And if it starts to feel easy, then you're gonna wanna up the ante a little bit. So, okay, so now here again, if you have any joint pain, come back up, don't crouch down as low. Make sure you got your pelvis tucked under, core engaged, do the whole thing. And toes straight ahead. You don't want your knees bowing in or out. In 10 seconds, we're gonna go. Get ready. 4, 3, 2, and go. And again, go at your own pace here. Go as fast or as slow as feels comfortable. Keep that form. And 5 seconds. And last one. Good job. So how you doing so far? Is this getting your heart rate up? We're taking a lot of breaks here because again, we're still in the beginning of this and I just want to give you guys the right instructions so that eventually we can go to just straight timer through the whole thing because you don't need me constantly reminding you and nagging you. So our next exercise, you could use weights. You really could also use nothing if you don't want to. You just use your fist. You could use something like a 1 pound weight, 2 pounds. I'm using 5 pounds, so it's just whatever's comfortable for you. So this is step back and tricep. So again, here, you're gonna be crouching a little bit. Make sure that your back is flat and that your pelvis is tucked under. You want good form here. Your knees should be tracking over the toes, but behind them. And what we're gonna do is, let me put my feet together a little more here, because for balance, what we're gonna do is step back, and when you're doing the tricep, you wanna make sure your elbows are up. Keep your elbows up the whole time. Okay, so let me just get a sip of water. You can do the same. In 10 seconds. Get into position. 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. And go whatever pace is comfortable for you again. Most important thing is proper form. "20 seconds. And one more. Good job. Now our next exercise also needs weights, or a weight. In this case, I am going to use my 1 8-pound right now, and I'm going to hold it like this. You can use, again, you can use nothing. You can use very lightweight. So you want your legs a little further apart, and you're going to go down, swing it, and you want proper form, and then up and swing it. Now here, let me just give you a little bit. First of all, I have to have my toes out like this because of my arthritis pains that I have throughout my body. But ideally they'd be straight ahead. So, but if that's uncomfortable for you, just make sure that everything else is lined up where it's supposed to be. And then also, of course, make sure your pelvis is tucked under. This is a great core exercise. It's hard to control the weight when your core is not fully strengthened. So just go as slow as you need to. If anything hurts, stop. And again, another modification is you don't have to go all the way down to here. You could just go to here and back up. Or you could just stay here even and just do that. Make sure you got good form. Okay, in 15 seconds, get into position, get your form right. And in 5 seconds, 2, and go. Make sure you're not arching your back when you go down here. And when you go up with the weight, shoulders stay neutral. Don't flex your shoulders. When you come up, you should be really feeling it in your glutes and your hamstrings. 10 seconds left. I'm sure you can feel last one. I'm sure you can feel that all throughout your core, through that whole exercise, as long as you're using the proper form. Okay, let me put my weight back. And our next exercise, we're on number 7 already. Our next exercise is on the floor. So get down on your mat. And here we're gonna do a plank shoulder tap, which I don't think we've done yet. So it's your regular full plank, hands under shoulders, proper form. Your feet should be mostly on your big toes. And you're just gonna tap, 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 tap. Now you are gonna need to just shift your weight a little bit in order to be able to control the exercise, but you wanna still keep proper form and don't shift so much that you're just completely like losing the exercise altogether. So, pelvis tucked under, also a modification. You can do this on your knees, but again, make sure that you're all flat here, your butt is down, pelvis tucked under, and you can just do this. And it would help probably to spread your knees out a little wider here. Okay, so if you're gonna do the full one, you can always switch in the middle after a few seconds. You can go use a modification. Okay, in 10 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Twenty seconds. 10. And last one. Okay, good job. Did you keep your pelvis tucked under? I hope you didn't arch your back on that one. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to standing exercise, clearly. So this is called skaters, which you probably have heard before. A lot of these exercises are like more high impact exercises, and we're doing like a low impact modification. So skaters, I'm gonna start on one side of your mat, and you can leap, and you want that foot to go down, and that foot goes down. And you know, it's really hard on this, in this little space that I have. I'm gonna have to come forward a little bit. So let me show you that again. So one foot over, and then you come down like this. Other foot down like this, but it's like more at a faster pace like this. Now you don't have to hop, you can just step. Or you can really go crazy. You know, whatever is most comfortable for you. Your toe, when it comes down, it should be your big toe that you're landing on there. And again, proper form. You don't want to lose your form there. You want to feel it in your core, in your lower abs, especially in your glutes. And then back up, right? It's kind of like a sped up curtsy lunge. So, okay. In 10 seconds, get into position. I'm gonna come forward a little bit here. 4, 3, 2, and go. It's okay to check your form in the middle. If you feel unstable at all. 20 seconds. Make sure you're maintaining your form. And last one. Good job. Okay, so our next exercise is another inchworm. And this one is with a kick through, which I might struggle a little bit with here myself, but I'm gonna show it to you nevertheless. So it's an inchworm. You come to a full plank, and then you're gonna do a kick through and a kick through, and I tap my shin and back up and just arms around. And yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. And if the kick through is too much for you, you could just do an inchworm, come back up. You could here, let me show you. You could tap your toes, you could just do this and then come back up. So, because for some people it might be too much, it might be difficult to balance, and that's okay. It's something to strive for, right? That's what we're trying to do here. So inchworm you're pretty familiar with. You want to make sure that you're keeping your form all the way through the exercise, right? You guys know the drill now, man. 20 seconds till we start, so get into position. And get your glutes all isometrically tense. 10 seconds. I couldn't find the word, I'm sorry. 5 seconds. And you. Now here you can tap your toe, or you can tap your shin. You can tap your knee. Oh, I know I just did that. "20 seconds. I'm basically just kicking a wall right now. 10 seconds. And we'll stop at that one. Good job. One exercise left. Okay, so the last exercise in the circuit is called the ninja punch, which is again on the mat. So let's get down there. And again, you're in full plank. And then you're gonna hop up, and you can just do this or you can do that. And then you go back. And you can take a little pause. Now I realize that this is an advanced movement, so let me show you a modification. You could just step in like this and do that. One leg at a time. I mean, really, I think that's the only modification. I'm saying that like there's another one. That's pretty much it. Alternatively, you could just do inchworm. You could continue to do inchworm. You could repeat our last exercise. I want you to do what feels good to you, because I want you to keep coming back. And I'm so sorry, but that's what she said. Okay, 15 seconds. Now it's our last one in the circuit, so we want to finish strong, right? We're going to go through this again, of course, though. 5 seconds. Pelvis tucked under, and go. Punch, punch. And back, up, punch, punch. Got it? Every time you go back into plank, proper form, right? And again, go at the pace that's comfortable for you. We got 10 seconds. One more. Good job. Okay. Good job getting through that. Now we're gonna take a break for, I don't know, maybe a minute. And then you're gonna meet me back here and we're gonna go through that whole thing on the timer.
to shape our future. We came to feel the new.
just take a couple of deep breaths in here. Let your heart rate come down. Go to the edge of your mat. Breathe up and down and hang over your legs here. You can keep your knees slightly bent. And then bend your knees and straighten them slowly, feeling your hamstrings stretch. Repeat that a couple of times. Slowly come up, breathe up, and back down. And this time go out to plank and bend your knees and come down on the mat and go into child's pose. Just breathe normally here. Your heart rate should be returning to normal now. And back up. And now we're going to stretch our legs a little bit here. Make sure you've got your posture. And then slowly stretch over your right leg. Make sure not to lock your knee. Keep your toe pointed up to the ceiling. And this stretch should never hurt, so only go as far as is comfortable. Breathe into it. Breathe into the muscles. And you should feel some release. Then go to the other side and repeat the same thing. Now we're just going to stretch our hamstrings a little bit more fully. Pull your knee into your chest, whichever leg you want to go first, and then push that foot up to the ceiling. And just breathe into your hamstring and pull your leg to you and then release. Pull and then release. Let the muscle release. Keep breathing. You can lift your head for a deeper stretch. And then go ahead and send that leg out, and we're going to repeat it on the other side. Keep breathing. Now cross one leg over the other. Clasp your fingers behind your thigh and gently pull it toward you. This is a hip stretch and a glute stretch. Just breathe and relax. Feel your muscles releasing. Now on the other side, same thing. You might find that one is a little bit looser than the other. Just gently pull and keep breathing. Now we're just going to do a little quad stretch here. Sitting on your heels and then also stretching your chest and your shoulder muscles. Of course, if this stretch is too painful, you can always do it standing and holding a wall. You can do a quad stretch that way. Now up into down dog. Briefly, just kind of loosen up your legs. And back to your feet. You can hang here again for a second. And we can drop down. Turn your feet out and stretch your inner thigh muscles a little bit. slowly come up. And thanks so much for joining me today, you guys. I'll see you next time.